So we want to bring now our friend Geraldo Rivera, roaming correspondent for Fox, among other things, a licensed attorney anyway. Geraldo, thanks for joining us this morning. So it seems to me, among the many other interests we have in this, maybe our chief one is preserving the sanctity of American justice, the idea that everyone is treated equally before the law. That maybe is the most important thing. And isn't it fair to say that Hillary Clinton really is getting the kind of treatment any of the rest of us would get if we were embroiled in a scandal like this?
Well, to reverse what Michelle Obama, good morning, everybody, what the First Lady of the United States often says, when they go low, we go high. In this case, it's the opposite. That's going high. I think that you've got to go low first. This is a sleaze-a-palooza. This whole election has just deteriorated into something beyond imagining. First, you had Donald Trump with the allegations of serial groping that almost derailed his candidacy. The guy was on the ropes. And now you have this historically horrifying sleazebag disgraced Congressman, Anthony Weiner, who's sexting with 15-year-olds allegedly, right. And it's his laptop that is at the center of all this. I was absolutely shocked by what Director Comey did. I think he was covering his ass, excuse my breakfast language here, in an epic way. He had been beaten up by Bill O'Reilly and by Sean and by so many others, right, for choosing not to convene a grand jury, not to indict anyone regarding the First Lady's private email server. He was beat up by the right, by the Republicans. Now, he's their hero, and he is being beaten up by the left and by the Democrats. Yeah. I think that he was in a tough spot, a very, very tough spot. Here you have these emails. What the hell is he supposed to do? I mean, historically, the Bureau has these protocols where you don't get involved in elections, but there was just so many of them, and I cannot believe that a preliminary read of this treasure trove hasn't revealed at least some very, very big questions that have to be resolved in Director Comey's mind. So here we are, and I think that this has a historic impact.
Yeah, if you were writing a TV show, you honestly couldn't come up with this plot. It is just that absurd and that crazy. And now people are wondering, though, what was in these emails for James Comey to come out 11 days before this election and do what he did. The Democrats are obviously, as you said, upset. They want more information here. But it does make you wonder, Geraldo, how big is this? It seems like it has to be quite substantial for him to come out when he did.
Well, you know, Abby, here I agree with you. But here you have, today we're 10 days away from the election. Soon we'll be a week away from the election. At what point are they parsing through this bundle of, now we're thousands, maybe tens of thousands of emails and saying this one, this one, this one? Are they going to be able to really, in any kind of responsible way, release, abide by the requests of both the right and the left now that we find out more about what this is about in right. specific terms? I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to do it a week before the election, 5 days before the election, 3 days? At what point does the Bureau have to say, trust us, we're investigating, don't vote based on this? Or, I don't know how in the world at this stage of the game, having violated this unwritten protocol about the FBI not getting involved in elections, how they make this better now. How do you do it? I have no idea.
I mean, the political fallout from this is enormous. And there was arguments over the summer about there being a constitutional crisis. Even Judge Jeanine saying, look, he's not going to want to have James Comey on his hands a constitutional crisis, which is what he may actually end up getting. So if this goes through, she ends up being prosecuted. Play this out, Geraldo. Does Tim Kaine become the first president from Virginia in a long time? I mean, how far down the rabbit hole do we go here?
Well, I think, Clay, you're jumping a couple of steps ahead right now. This is Huma Abedin's laptop that she, in some colossal misjudgment, shared with, Carlos Danger. So it's not about Hillary's email so much as it's about Huma Abedin's laptop in this separate Anthony Weiner investigation. There's not even any, as far as I know, statements that these are Hillary's emails. Did Hillary, for instance, email Huma Abedin, Kim Il-jung has his A-bomb ready to shoot at Seoul, don't tell your husband? I mean, I can't conceive that, and yet there must be something here.
But let's say, isn't that the point? Now let's take it. You said it was a colossal misjudgment for Huma Abedin to share a laptop with Carlos Danger. She married him and had a child with him, and Bill Clinton presided at the wedding. So The Clintons knew that she was married to this very irresponsible, creepy guy with a history of very reckless behavior, and yet Hillary is still cutting her in, the wife of Carlos Danger, on, you know, top secret government information. Like, isn't that itself reckless?
Remember, the Clintons also attended the Trump's wedding. You know, there's a lot of
They're big into weddings.
They get a lot of wedding invitations. Yeah, let's assume for a second. Let's take it that there's some clear violation of federal law, which I doubt to the bones of my body. The reason I told Eric Bolling I would bet a year's salary that nobody was ever going to be indicted, and I said that beginning a year ago, is that unlike what many partisan analysts say on TV, these are crimes that specifically require intent. Mens rea, really you have to intend to reveal America's secrets and then cavalierly violate that law and then reveal them. That's the difference between General Cartwright and General Petraeus and what happened with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Cartwright admits, or now he admits, that he gave secrets to reporters. Petraeus admits that he gave secrets to Paula Broadwell. They say they had the intent, and they did it. There's no allegation of intent here. I doubt they can find
No, but the person is not,
intent.
as a factual matter.
So they're going to go through. They're going to go through it like this. They're going to go through. All right, here's 10,000. Is this one? All right. Does this one? Do you think this says intent, or does this? You know, I think that it's preposterous to assume that there's going to be an indictment. But there has to be an investigation.
Everyone who is sitting in jail right now for violating our secrecy codes has not admitted intent. We can establish intent without an admission, as you know. You're a lawyer.
In fact, we had the mother of one of those.
Give me an example of how you do that.
Well, you do that with emails. I mean, look, the fact
like
that
Manning,
she
what
knew,
about Manning gives it to WikiLeaks? That Manning, I mean, he gives it to them. Here's the gift. This is the intent.
But Geraldo, this morning on our show, this morning on our show, we had Kathleen Saucier and her son, of course, in the Navy, took 6 photos inside of a submarine. He kept those photos to himself. No evidence he ever shared them. And then he's serving 1 year in federal prison as a result of that.
I don't specifically know the intent of what happened to those photos. Taking a photo inside a nuclear submarine, it seems to me, duh, you know, is this appropriate that you're taking pictures of it? This isn't that. This is a lazy Secretary of State who, for her own convenience and to prevent embarrassment of what she's talking about, creates a private server which is unprecidented.
Right, and
to
the bigger
prove
question
that she intended to violate espionage acts, I think, is really
well, and the big question
and if
here
you're asking
too.
Me, as you're
well, the big question too. Go ahead, Geraldo.
No, Abby, I didn't mean
well, I just think the big question
when
here.
I step on you, I know I'm being ungrateful.
You're sweet, but the big question in all of this is what this means for this election, right? What is the impact going to be when you have just a few days left to go, and you have 40% of the population saying they're independents? How does this impact their vote?
You had Trump coming on with this extraordinary comeback from the dead. He's fighting, he's scrapping. People are saying he's over, he's done. ABC's got him down 12. This one's got him down this much. And he's fighting back. And as he begins his comeback, his surge, he gets this huge gift. This could be what determines who the 45th president of the United States is. I mean, imagine, Carlos Danger determines our next president.
We knew it was going to come back to him. Some of us knew all along, didn't we, Geraldo? It's all about Carlos Danger.
Oh, we'll leave it there. Geraldo, great to have you on this morning.
I need my old daytime show.
You do! And a DNA test!
Oh,
man.
Thank you, Geraldo.
And we're here on a Saturday morning. Thanks, Geraldo.
Oh, gosh. All right, our coverage of the FBI bombshell.